Member of Parliament for the Roseau South constituency Joshua Francis has reportedly severed ties with the United Workers' Party. The Physical Planning Division lacks manpower to monitor new construction post-Hurricane Maria, and the Forestry Division receives the help of a UK tour operator to build capacity post-Hurricane Maria. We'll have details of these and other stories coming up.
M&J Covering is the producer of designed galvanized and galvalume in Dominica. They design to your specifications, color and length, 4 styles of galvanized and galvalume pre-painted roofing sheets as requested, and supply all your galvalume accessories. M&J Covering helps you control spending and reduce waste. At M&J Covering, they are also equipped to build your roof to precise standards anywhere on island. So come to M&J Covering at 1 Mile in Portsmouth or call 445-5001-275-5003 today.
Do you need more cash for that home improvement? Then come to Fast Cash, where we give you more. At Fast Cash, our customers get more funds and more time to repay. But wait, can't come to us? We'll come to you, and our mobile officer will get you on your way. Small businesses, consumers, and taxi owners, Fast Cash has more for everyone. Simply call or visit any of our locations for more. Smarter, faster, better. Fast Cash. Terms and conditions apply.
First up in the news, Joshua Francis has resigned from active politics, saying his time in politics was very turbulent.
Notwithstanding the move, Francis has informed the United Workers' Party in a resignation letter that he will continue his term as MP for Roseau South. He told Channel 5 News that he had no comments on his resignation and directed us to the UWP. According to Francis, he had to cure some issues, informing the party that it would be in its best interest to identify and work with a potential candidate for the next general election. The attorney at law was announced as the opposition's candidate for the Roseau South constituency in 2013, heading into the December 2014 general elections. Francis was able to unseat the Labour Party's candidate and 3-term parliamentary representative for Roseau South, Ambrose George, by over 4,000 votes. He thanked the UWP for accepting him within its family, noting that he was grateful for the experience which he gained in the political community. Francis also served as UWP's deputy leader, but in April 2016 was voted out of that position at a special delegates convention of the party to consider his removal as deputy leader. At the time, he was accused of being involved in a matter before the courts, and calls were made by party supporters for his resignation on the party's executive. 5 out of 186 delegates voted to keep him in the position, and 181 of them supported a vote of no confidence against him. Following the loss, he threatened to seek legal action against the UWP amid talks of friction between him and opposition leader Lennox Linton. Francis told the UWP in his resignation letter that, I quote, "As you are fully aware, my political journey has been very turbulent, and in the process I encountered unexpected results which are deep and require my full attention." End quote. Idona John Baptist, Channel 5 News.
In other news, the Physical Planning Division lacks the manpower to adequately monitor construction as they seek to build back better. Now that the country's building codes have been revised, Chief Physical Planner Kelvin Roll noted that the task will be to supervise building activities island-wide. This as the OECS GCCA Island Resilience Project helped Dominica host a consultation to improve its building regulations.
We also have to pay special attention to areas where people build in river valleys. There are a lot of houses and homes that are located, villages that are located in small river valleys, and these river valleys which receive tremendous destruction, where the whole watershed of trees, everything came down and caused massive destruction into those communities, villages.
The expectation is for Dominica to include the consultant's recommendations in its building codes coming out of the activity.
The first thing you do when you are interested in a piece of land that you want to develop a building is understand what are the vulnerabilities of that site and whether it's appropriate for building or not. And if it is, what are the requirements to make whatever you build on that property something that's going to withstand some of the hazards that it may be exposed to, or all of the hazards that it may be exposed to. So that's the first thing. It really is building an awareness of persons who want to develop, that they need to have good guidance in terms of the vulnerabilities of the location where they're building, and building suited to purpose.
And the Forest Division is better equipped now to carry out its monitoring work with the help of a UK-based organization. Andrea Louis has more.
New Experience Holidays Tour is a small tour operator in the United Kingdom which specializes in walking tours and has been selling Dominica as a tourist destination for the past 7 years. Due to relations established with the country, the tour operator saw it fit to put a call out to its customers and clients to support the cause for Dominica post-Hurricane Maria. Carla Armour of Vetiver Inc. represented Dominica at the World Trade Market held in London last month. While there, she took the opportunity to secure and transport the donated equipment for the Forestry Division.
When I had the opportunity to go to World Travel Market, the opportunity, of course, because of Colin Piper and the division, Discover Dominica Authority, Division of Tourism, they sent out a call to the tour operators and partners over there that work with Dominica, that have obviously halted the business, the tourism, because we've had to recuperate and sort of rebuild. And this one lady immediately got in contact with us all the way from North Wales. And she took a, I think, 3.5-hour journey, just train, much as to get to the train, just to come to have a little meeting with me to see how they could help. And I said to her, well, you know, my thing is the birds. And then she goes, Carla, that's what I've been thinking. What can we do? So I had Stephen's number and Jackie's number. And I immediately said, I messaged Stephen. And he said, boy, we just need some tools so we can get more officers on the ground, more boots on the ground, as they would say. So I just sent her his list straight off the WhatsApp. And I said, would you be able to help? It's a big ask. And she said, Carla, we have it covered. So I was very happy. She's been sending things bit by bit to my address down in Brighton in southern England, and really trying to source the best tools so that she could help the Forestry Division. And that's how this has all come about. And she's already sent a newsletter out to her clientele and to seek more of their support. Of course, other operators in England and other places in the world are putting aside funds for every tour that they sell globally, not tours to Dominica, but globally, so that they can continue to help Dominica, and particularly in logging the wildlife sightings and getting to understand where their new habitats are.
The equipment includes boots, cameras and binoculars. Forest Officer with responsibility for research and monitoring, Stephen Dura, says the donation will help with the division's monitoring program, and other partners are coming on board to help in this regard.
We already have established monitoring programs in place. We have the Caribbean Endemic Birds Festival that we normally take to the schools and the school children. We normally do that with the school children on an annual basis. So these are tools and equipment that's not just going to go towards natural resource, monitoring, but already some of our programs that are already established, we will be using that, and also for ecotourism site monitoring. There's a lot. We have mid-term, short-term to mid-term programs that we are going to establish, and they're going to be long-term monitoring programs. As we speak, we're already receiving a number of items. We've received a number of items from Birds Caribbean. We've received also support from Rare Species Conservatory Foundation and I4. Today, I'll be receiving from Auto Trade a 4-wheel drive vehicle to assist us, with our monitoring programs as well. So there's a lot that is happening for forestry outside of, just the system itself. And so we are very happy, we are very grateful for that kind of support.
Director of Tourism Colin Piper says the Forestry Division plays an integral role in getting the country ready to welcome tourists from next year.
Happy to hear about some of the global initiatives that tour operators abroad are taking to support Dominica post-Maria. We get a number of requests on a daily basis as to what our state of readiness is. And so we respond to those on a one-on-one basis as it relates to the interest. Certainly want to make mention of the Division of Forestry as a very critical and important partner to tourism. Our pillars are nature, culture, and adventure, and without forestry and agriculture, there would be very little nature for us to sell. And we promote that for the visitors to come in and have a wonderful experience in Dominica. So we certainly want to again thank the Division of Forestry for all that they do, and we're anxiously waiting for the official opening of some of the sites so that we can remove the ing from opening and say that Dominica is open as opposed to opening. But right now we're cautiously optimistic, and we're looking forward for that date so that we don't want to jump the gun, and we want to be truthful in our advertising and our promotion and let people know that the country is opening and it's coming back day by day. We continue to see the new shoots, and we're very appreciative of that again, and of the partnership that we have with forestry.
A representative from New Experience Holidays Tour is expected on Ireland next month to make another donation of equipment to the Forestry Division. Reporting for Channel 5 News, I am Andrea Louis.
The Sports Division says the migration of students from sporting groups on the island has negatively impacted performance in the post-Hurricane Maria period. Kenny Williams reports.
At a recent press briefing, Sports Coordinator Trevor Shillingford noted a decrease in student participation in sports post-Hurricane Maria. He says while this might impact student performance at regional sporting activities, he is pleased with student participation so far in local sports.
We have already taken this into consideration, and for instance, our basketball team at the last Windward Island School Games, we probably would have about 3 of the students actually returning, because most of the basketballers have actually left state. And that we know is going to have an impact on our the availability of students and probably our ability to put forward our best team at the Windward Island School Games and other regional tournaments. For instance, we selected our under-15 cricket team, which traveled on Saturday, and our captain is actually out of Dominica, having left to continue his education as a secondary school student in the United States. So it's definitely having an impact on our performance, on the availability of players. But we will continue to work with the available talent that we have. We will put in the extra effort to ensure that we can be very competitive at the various regional levels.
Shillingford says the Ministry of Sports has been instrumental in encouraging schools to have students participate in sports post-Hurricane Maria.
At the under 20 and under 17 football, we have realized some level of participation that we can be comfortable with. We have seen 8 schools registering to participate in the under 17 division of football, and also 7 at the under 20. And that for us is a very encouraging sign. We are hoping that we can continue our work in convincing the schools authorities that sports and physical activity is very useful to the development of the individuals or the holistic development of our students. We are encouraged by some of the latest developments, since at the primary schools level, a decision has been taken by the Ministry of Education to have the last hour of every school day, that is from 12 to 1, set aside as activity period. So they have realized that there is need to have the children engaged, and we will definitely be seeking to build on that momentum in order to get them to continue to buy into the message that physical activity is important to the well-being of our students. On October 24th, training commenced for the Dominica Under-15 cricket team at Portsmouth. A squad of 24 players was selected prior to Hurricane Maria. With the passage of Hurricane Maria, training had to be done in Portsmouth due to damages at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium and the Botanic Gardens. On October 1st, saw the commencement of the secondary schools football championship, with the competition in the under-17 and under-20 divisions. The under-13 and under-15 divisions were cancelled. 8 schools are participating in the under-17 division, and 7 schools are participating in the under-20 division. 3 venues are being used for this year's competition. That is the Benjamin Park, the Newtown Savannah, and the Cassie Bruce playing field. Some of our other traditional venues, like the Dublin playing field and the Pottersville Savannah, are not available this year due to damage at Dublin caused by Hurricane Maria, and at Pottersville, where the Pottersville Savannah is currently being used as a site for disposing and managing some of the waste that we had in the Roseau area. Preparation commenced on Saturday, December 9th for Dominica's participation at the 2018 Caribbean Under-16 Netball Tournament. The Caribbean Netball Association has not decided on the venue for the tournament. However, the sports division has selected 24 players to participate in the training exercises. Training sessions are being held at the Hat Court on the Benjamin Park in Portsmouth. Traditionally, the Dominica Grammar School would be the venue for training. However, due to the fact that this section of the grammar school is being used as a shelter post-Maria, an alternate venue had to be used. Training will continue every Saturday until the new year, when the training days will be increased. The secondary schools netball championship is expected to start off on December 15th with the under-16 and the under-20 divisions. The under-14 division had to be cancelled. The championship was originally planned to begin on November 16th, but due to the late opening of schools, it had to be pushed back.
With multiple sporting disciplines affected in one way or another, the sports division had to reschedule the start of its school competitions. The period January to March 2018 is expected to see the rollout of many school programs as the Ministry of Sports continues to engage youth in positive activity. Kenny Williams, Channel 5 News.
And restoration work is ongoing at the ferry terminal as work there is continuing without much difficulty. CEO of the Dominica ANC Port Authority, Benoit Badwill, has been updating the public on the status of Dominica sports post-Hurricane Maria.
The work on the restoration facility has begun, so we're repairing the facility completely now. And from September 19th to November 30th, we received some 58 ferry calls and 9,931 passengers arrived on those vessels. Entering Dominica, and we also had 12,648 persons utilizing the ferry service to exit Dominica. The work on the restoration of the Roseau cruise ship berth has started, and we've just this week installed new fenders, beginning to prepare ourselves for the operation, as we said, for receiving ships in January 2018. Work to repair the planks of the wharf will start soon, upon the arrival of the materials, which is expected on island shortly. So we are preparing to have that done so that the ships that are scheduled for January will be accommodated.
That will also give an update on activity at Douglas Charles Airport between September 19 and December 12.
Received 763 flights. Some 6,069 passengers landed from those flights during that period, and some 8,867 passengers have departed through the Douglas Charles Airport. All services at the Douglas Charles Airport are functional, except for direct power from Domlec. Currently, we are in discussion with DOMLEC on ways to partner going forward because DOMLEC wants to establish a microgrid system in the area, and we expect that efforts to finalize that will be a reality before too long, since at present all our operations are being done on standby generators. So we're hoping that DOMLEC, along with the Ministry of Works and DASPA, can again come together and see how we can begin to address this issue in terms of power for our main airport.
Power has been fully restored at Canefield Airport, and the terminal will be fully covered by the end of the year. And to end the news, the headlines again. Member of Parliament for the Roseau South constituency, Joshua Francis, has reportedly severed ties with the United Workers' Party. He says he is resigning from active politics. Physical Planning Division lacks manpower to monitor new construction post-Hurricane Maria. And the Forestry Division receives UK tour operator support to build capacity in its monitoring efforts. Feel free to contact us at news@marpin2k4.com. On behalf of the production team, I am Julian Morris, inviting you to join us again tomorrow.